is our beautiful Thornby Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. There we are. Beautiful. Wonderful Natalia.
The general idea here is to try and launch premium wines on draft because the consumer deserves to get what they pay for, and the way to do that is to ensure that it's served at the right temperature, it's fresh, it's clean, it's crisp, and it's always perfect, and that's what this equipment can do. So it's very simple the way it works. We've got a keg underneath the counter. What the keg has is a double foil aluminium bag. The aluminium bag contains the wine and there can be no oxygen ingress, so you're absolutely sure that the wine will stay as the winemaker intended from day one. We then have gas that will circulate inside the keg wall, between the bag and the keg wall, and that gently squeezes the wine out when we use the tap, so that the customer will get a perfect glass of wine every time. But this wine's come from New Zealand. It's come on a boat. The keg weighs 1 kilo and it contains 40 bottles of wine. The average bottle of wine empty weighs 500 grams, so 40 bottles is a 20-ish kilo saving of moving glass around the world. So not only that, but the issue with glass is that glass is a very high consumer of energy and creation. So when you actually don't have to create glass, you're also saving in energy use at the source. Thirdly, glass actually in the UK we recycle more glass than we actually need, and therefore we're actually destroying something that's had a high energy value to start with. Ultimately, it would have a huge impact. You know, if you think of New Zealand, or if you think of Australia, actually, you know, sort of 20 million cases of Australian wine coming over in glass bottles, maybe. It's a huge volume of glass that's shipping around the world. That all it's doing is protecting the wine. But there's one final really important point. When a bottle of wine is shipped across the equator, because there's only 75 centilitres in it, the ability for it to have temperature fluctuation is far greater than something that's got 30 litres in it, where the mass of the liquid is much more stable from a temperature point of view. So qualitatively, it could also be much better in the long run as well.
Very good example of a Beaujolais. You wouldn't really know that it's come out of the tap. Very nice texture, great acidity, really crunchy, very good.